playing for a living is not. Playing for a living is you're making enough money to have a reasonable life playing the game.
미국의 포커 커뮤니티에는 끊임없이 논쟁이 되는 주제가 하나 있습니다. 포커로 매년 10만 달러, 그러니까 프로포커 선수는 1년에 최소 1억 이상은 벌어야 한다라는 것인데요. 이 얘기에 동의하는 사람들은 바꿔 말하면 1년에 1억도 못 버는 게 어떻게 프로포커 선수냐라는 기조가 근저에 깔려 있다는 것입니다. 프로포커 선수의 사전적 정의란 1년에 얼마를 버는지가 기준이 아닌 그냥 포커로 먹고 살 수 있느냐 없느냐 여부가 달려 있는데요. 이건 역시 주관적인 것은 사람들이 먹고 사는 데에는 제각기 다른 생활 수준과 돈이 필요하기 때문입니다. 이 주제를 가지고 두 명의 프로포커 선수는 치열한 논쟁을 펼쳤는데요.
Been thinking about the old advice threads on 2plus2 poker forums where regular poker players were ridiculed by others wanting to turn pro for anything less than $100,000 a year. Why is the 100K the benchmark for making it? And then I sort of go through my reasons as to why I don't think that's particularly a useful benchmark, and then I talk about my own experience a little bit. Now, you on Twitter have said that you think 100K is a reasonable benchmark and what you should shoot for to turn pro as a poker player.
제이미 스테이플은 포커를 시작한 처음 5년 동안 매년 2만 달러, 대략 한국 돈으로 따지면 월 200만 원 정도 벌었다고 밝혔습니다. 그의 포커 수입 매달 200만 원은 포커 플레이어들이 얘기하는 연봉 1억에 훨씬 못 미치는 수준이기 때문에 많은 사람들에게 조롱의 대상이 되었는데요. 보다 정확히 얘기하면 한 달에 200만 원 정도 벌 것이면 그냥 취업이나 하는 게 낫지 않냐 라는 많은 사람들의 의견이 있었습니다. 여기에 제이미 스테이플은 이야기합니다.
Let's just take a look at the world as a whole, man. How many people earn $100,000 a year? Like what percentage of the population? It's got to be like very small, right? Like 0.4% of the entire population of the world.
Are making 100K a year?
Yeah.
No, it's got to be more than that.
No, I don't
like,
think so.
So like in America, what percentage of people are making over that? Like 10%? I mean, I'm just guessing here.
I
but
think there's less than 1% of America that makes over 100K a year. Unless if we're talking joint family income, like yes, but like individual, I think it's less than 1%.
Well, I mean, just let's think about it like this, right? Like how much do doctors? If I had to guess, Jamie, I would say, and I'm just guessing here, I would say approximately 8% of America makes over 100.
I would say it's around 1%.
Higher.
To me, when I hear you say that, it really frustrates me because I feel like there is so much of the world that doesn't aspire to hit that level of success. And they're not wrong for not setting themselves up for that life.
자기는 그냥 하고 싶은 일을 하고 좋아하는 일을 하면서 내 삶을 사는 것뿐이다. 내가 1년에 1억씩 못 번다고 해서 아무것도 잘못된 것도 없다라고 얘기했습니다. 여기에 더그 포크는 이야기하는데요.
So in your original tweet, you said that how much you need to make to live, essentially, going pro means to live, and how much money is making it or making it or whatever you want to, however you want to phrase that, what is successful to your own goals. But playing for a living is not. Playing for a living is you're making enough money to have a reasonable life playing the game. That's not like subjective. That's just like more factual. And so like, you know, when you think about playing poker for a living, there are some essential differences between playing poker versus traditional career paths. And they're important differences. The first one is that let's just say that your ability stays the same every year. You will make less money year over year because the people around you will become better. And so you need to have more money, you know, essentially bankrolled away or saved to be able to live during those tougher times. So it's just like there are all of these things that you kind of have to account for, with maybe the biggest one being that poker is very direct in that it takes money to make money. With a bankroll, you are not going to be able to make as much money. And so part of playing for a living is building that bankroll, essentially putting yourself in a situation where 5 years from now, 10 years from now, you can play bigger game. You're more comfortably able to take risk and make more money. And that's part of the end goal of playing poker as a career, is that you're going to be playing, you know, stakes that you don't have to put in many hours to live. I'm not saying that it needs to be everyone's goal to make as much money as possible, but it does need to be the goal of a professional poker player to make money playing poker. I don't see why that's unreasonable.
Sure. Right. I understand, but I don't think this is necessarily unique to poker in that it's just operating capital. So it's a business and you need operating capital to pay employees or to buy merchandise. It's the same thing for poker. You need operating capital to run your business. If you stay the same, like you said, you're going to earn less year over year. But I don't think that factors in, and I think it's sort of completely missing the point. But there's other factors in determining what is a good choice to do in your life, right? There's more than just money. There's more than just preparing for taxes or maximizing your financial EV. There's like self-actualization of like, what are you about? What do you want to do? What is your life about? And those sort of things are important, but like they're not irrelevant. And there is a scenario where you're going to make $30,000 less a year.
The question is, how much do you need to make to have a career, like essentially to play poker for a living. If you want to play poker for a living, you're gonna have to do a lot of very responsible, disciplined things that you don't have to do in traditional jobs. You're gonna have to set up your own retirement accounts. You're gonna have to have your own health insurance. You're gonna have to spend money on these things that are expensive in America.
미국에서 얘기하는 연봉 10만 달러는 한국으로 치면 연봉 1억에 해당됩니다. 한국 같은 경우도 연봉 1억인 경우 회사마다 차이는 있지만 세후 실수령액이 대략 650만 원 내외 정도로 볼 수 있습니다. 미국 같은 경우는 결혼 유무에 따라서 혹은 어느 주에 거주하냐에 따라서 연방 세금 28%에 주 세금 대략 10% 정도를 제외하면 세후 실수령액이 5,000달러 정도라고 볼 수 있는데요. 그래서 더그 포크의 이야기는 포커 플레이어는 건강보험과 국민연금 같은 혜택들이 없기 때문에 그 이상의 수익을 벌어야 한다고 얘기하고 있습니다.
You look at that $4,800 figure after tax, and that puts you in such an elite point of the population. Like there's such a small percentage of the world that has that much disposable income. So it comes across to me, so much of our audience is going to hear that and be like, I don't have $4,800 disposable dollars, and I am living my most plus EV life, working the best possible job I could work.
Because most people that are considering career options at sort of like above average but not high salary type careers, there's no risk. Like that's a big difference. We're talking about gambling as a career. That should not be treated the same as, you know, you have like a specific skill set where people will always hire you. I believe in my heart that 99% of the world could never be a professional poker player. It'd be great at strategy, it'd be great at studying, it'd be great at money management, it'd be great at so many different things. And if one of those things is wrong, your career is not going to get off the ground or you're going to fail.
오늘은 프로포커 플레이어 더그 포크와 제이미 스테이플이 포커 선수의 연봉 1억이란 흥미로운 주제에 대해서 같이 보았는데요. 누가 맞고 틀리고가 있는 게 아니라 여러 가지 관점들을 볼 수 있어서 흥미로웠던 것 같습니다. 오늘도 영상을 시청해주셔서 감사합니다. 안녕히 계세요.